Well, today let's put the spotlight then on digital payments startup Cashfree Payments that has actually received the final approval from the Reserve Bank to operate as a payment aggregator, and this is after nearly a year-long embargo. Let's connect with Akash Sinha, who's a co-founder and CEO at Cashfree Payments, to understand the implications of this move. And I bet, Akash, you're heaving a sigh of relief because it has been a long time coming. Finally, the company has got the clearance from the RBI, because I understand that the embargo, has been impacting the business in a big way. Now that it's cleared, what does this mean for Cashfree Payments?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for getting me on the show. See, first 1 year, we have been pretty busy, like in improving the product processes. And we also have had a large merchant base, right? So we have been pretty busy upselling and cross-selling to them, right? And Cashfree as a platform has more than, like 15 products on the platform. And we have been designed to cater to multiple needs of the businesses, right? So we have been able to do all this work. I think, yes, we couldn't go back to the market, onboard new merchants on the payment gateway. But we have been trying to do things, go after the use case around payouts, verification, orchestrator. So things are pretty exciting. And we have been one of the leaders in payments industry, I think, historically, right? And before the embargo hit us, we were getting more than 45% of new SMB signups in India. So that is something I think we can resume it. It's a very exciting time, and good that we can go back to the market, serve the merchants with the stack we have built, right? So stack is one of the most, like one of the most robust in the market right now. We can process transactions up to thousands per second. So that is the scale we have built, and we are very happy that we can let new merchants try our platform stack, and very thankful to RBI for granting us the license and trusting us to be one of the innovative players in the industry to grow the payment space and make sure it grows in a very responsible and structured way.
If you could just take the clock back then, Akash, and understand the implications of, this move not coming about for quite some time. Was the company at the time maybe looking at building alternate business models to ensure that at least your revenues would remain unaffected?
We had 4 products on the platform. Payment gateway is definitely one of the key products on the platform, but we always had a lot of value-added services around it, right? Things around, as I mentioned, right? Things around verification, payouts, instant settlements, orchestrator. So a lot of this tech first products have been around, right? As I said, for last 1 year, our focus has slightly moved towards all this non-payment gateway products on the platform. And we've been able to do a good job in upselling and cross-selling these products to the businesses, right? Yes, we couldn't onboard merchants on the payment gateway, new merchants on the payment gateway, but we have been able to reactivate dormant account. We have been able to increase wallet share in the accounts we have been working with. And at the same time, improve the product, right? Last 12 months, we have built things around tokenization, token vault. We have improved our ability to process international cards with things like address verification service. We implemented new 3DS protocol, right? And we launched Orchestrator 2 weeks back. So a lot of new things have happened, right? Just that we couldn't make new merchants try it out. And that is something we're very excited right now. And we'll make sure, all these new innovations reach out to larger market base.
What this regulatory framework means for consumers as well, and how really this is going to ensure that payment intermediaries actually adhere to the specific standards, what's in place for the likes of Cashfree?
So we have some requirement around something we have to do every quarterly. There are some requirement we have to do every annually. And if something happens ad hoc, then we also have to respond back to RBI. Right, so things are going to be, there would be very constant communication flow between entities like this and RBI. Right, and also it works both ways. The RBI also reaches us to us whenever they need any advice, suggestion from the market about the new policy or directives they are going to bring. Right, it becomes a very close partnership with the ecosystem player and RBI, and the advantage would be given to the merchant and the consumers, right? Because if you look at last 1.5 to 2 years, right, things around tokenization makes card transaction much safer right now. Right now, there is a UPI linkage with credit cards. A lot of these innovations, we have been able to play a key role in distributing it to the masses and also educating them why this is helpful to them. And this is where, partnership of Cashfree and RBI or any, ecosystem player would work perfectly, right? So as I said, right, I think historically payment companies were operating just by, being close connect with the banks. And now we can directly talk to RBI. We can, bring the requirements of the market, brainstorm with them, right? Get their advice about how to solve new problems. Because India is a very dynamic economy, right? Every year we see new changes in terms of customer behavior, demography, or new kinds of business emerging. And to make sure we innovate pretty fast in the right way, right? This kind of communication is very important and healthy, right? Suppose we come up with a new innovation, right? Rather than And we're not very sure whether it's fully compliant or whether it is in line with what RBI is thinking in a long-term vision. We can quickly go back to them, tell them this is what we plan to do, get their advice, come back, tweak it, and launch to the market. So things can become, very healthy. As I said, the ecosystem growth will be much faster, right? And there won't be any friction, right? Suppose we launch something and after 2 years, we realize, oh, this is not in the right way of doing it, right? So a lot of, as I said, right, there would be lesser room for, any kind of surprises in the market, and we have been able to innovate in a very predictable way.
Yes, and speaking of that, are you guys now looking at onboarding fresh merchants?
Definitely, I think the jitter is on. I think we have been getting merchant leads since last evening itself. We have been historically getting merchant leads, right? Even though we are not onboarding merchants, we are getting close to 20-25,000 merchant leads per month. And now I believe that that number will shoot up, become twice. And we anticipate to get 40 to 50,000 merchant leads, say, starting from January. It's exciting time. As I said, Cashfree is one of the best platform in the market right now for SMBs. Right, anyone who has to go live within 2 days, right? So our entire onboarding process is digital. You can finish your KYC, sign agreement, do verification within 40 minutes. And that is best in the industry right now, right? So that is why we get a lot of these signers. Plus our dashboards reporting are very state of the art, right? We also have a Cashfree merchant mobile app. So a lot of these things make making payments operating much easier and much cheaper for businesses, right? And this works, pretty well for both SMB and enterprises, right? We are pretty large in both these space. We serve larger enterprises, likes of Swiggy, Nykaa, Meesho, right? And we have like, bunch of SMBs, right? So total, we have more than 3 lakh merchants on the platform, right? And the kind of scale we have been able to provide is unmatchable, right? As I mentioned, we process more than 2.5 billion transactions in a year and move, roughly $50 billion worth of money in a year, right? So scale is very high. And we're very happy that, more and more merchants could get to try it out and help us improve, experience of their customer, grow their revenue. And at the same time, don't have to worry a lot about compliance risk or any kind of, payment plunging, which they may have to do on their own if they don't work with Cashfree. It's exciting times. I think this is sort of early Christmas, early New Year for us, all of us in Cashfree. And people are geared up, very excited. We have been ready with the plan. It's just that we didn't know exactly when to act. We always saw this coming, license. We are very confident of it. But right now, since it is there in front of us, I think we can go back and start executing on those items that we have created for ourselves.
Well, it's been